Hello, friends. Welcome again to another edition of Innovative Recipes for Weight Loss. I'm not in the kitchen as at now, but I will be. Um, if today is your first time, welcome to my channel. I hope you will enjoy it. Today, actually, I'm going to make banku out of beans, and the reason why I want to talk about it before I start the recipe is that people has been talking about not people, but I can see there is a marketing slogan about gluten. Now, whatever you go to buy, people say gluten free, gluten free, gluten free. So it made me want to find out why they are always saying gluten free. How evil is this gluten that everybody is shunning away from gluten? So I made my own little research and I found out that gluten actually is a protein content in wheat, and it makes wheat flour gummy. That is why when we are eating bread, we have that spongy, effect in the bread. That the thing that makes it spongy. It is the protein content in the in the flour. And why people say don't want gluten, some people don't want gluten, is that it they say it causes indigestion. It makes it they are allergic to the gluten because when they eat the gluten, it causes indigestion. But not everybody actually is not everybody is allergic to gluten. So why has it become a marketing slogan? So it's like if you are eating gluten, you are eating poison. Any food that has got gluten in it, it sounds like you are eating poison, but it isn't. If you are not allergic to gluten, then you can eat it. It's protein. According to my research, it's protein. If it is otherwise, please somebody let me know. So today's cooking actually is gluten. That is that part of protein plus beans. That is what I'm going to use to do my banku. And as I said, I have tried it before, but this is what I'm actually going to eat tonight. And if it goes well, then we can eat banku. We can make banku that is carbohydrate free banku and use it in our weight loss challenge. So come with me in the kitchen and then we see how things get on. So thank you for listening. And again, if this is your first time, stay with me and subscribe, also share. Before I start, I'll tell you what banku is for those people who don't know what banku is. It is a Ghanaian dough-like recipe, and that recipe is made with corn and cassava dough mixed with salt and then stirred and made into a ball. So that is what banku is, corn dough and cassava dough. But today's is still banku, but it is made with beans flour, uh, beans. I'm going to soak these beans for 3 hours, and then I have my gluten-free gluten. This is wheat gluten. That means there is no starch in it. It's just the protein content in the gluten. That is it. Protein content. And my beans flour. Beans flour. The reason why I'm using beans flour and this type of beans is that I have learned that beans flour, because it's been processed, they do add a little bit of carbo to give it a gummy content. I don't know how true is it because I can't see much here. So in order to be on safe side and 100%, or I would say low carbohydrate, I'm going to add the beans, actual beans that I have. So let's see how I get on, and I hope you enjoy it. Teşekkürler. Teşekkürler. The beans has been soaking for 3 hours now. So I'm going to strain and blend. Well, this is the blended beans. I'll put it in a bowl and then add water. So this is it. I will put this aside and then mix the beans flour and also the gluten. So in my cooking pan, I will measure 1 cup of beans flour, 1 cup of beans flour, and then half cup of gluten. Then in banku, there is always salt. So I will put in some salt and then mix these together. I've already boiled some water, hot water. So what I'm going to do is I will start with the hot water, make the stove ready, and then pour in the hot water into this, and then put it on the stove and stir. So this is it. I've got all this together. So now I will put in some hot water. Depending on how soft I want this to be, I can add water into it. But I think I like this texture. I will put the fresh beans that I blended into it, because I said I want high protein banku, high protein, and I mean that. So there we go. Because we put raw beans in it, we need to give it time to cook properly. So I will leave this, cover it for at least 3 minutes so that it cooks well, and then that will be it. So if you are losing weight and you fancy banku or tuo, you can do this and eat with your pepper sauce or eat with your egusi soup, anything that you want. Perfect. Well, I'm not saying we should stop eating our traditional banku, but if you are embarking on a weight loss challenge, you really want to lose weight, this is 100% protein. Banku. That's it. And also, if you are not allergic to gluten, and as I mentioned earlier, gluten is the protein in wheat. So I have put it back, the wheat protein, into this. That is why it's gummy.